All right, happy to see everybody. It is the 27th of April already. I don't know if it's gone fast or slow or 10,000 years or 1 month or what, but I'm happy to see all of you like usual. We'll do all the salutations, which is the standard thing that we do no matter what subject area we're in. So Chinese, abbreviated, Filipino, abbreviated, Thai, full salutation, Indonesian, which is also abbreviated, French and Dog Brothers, full salutation for the most part, and Japanese, full salutation there. So we're going to flip the order because for most of the weeks I've gone solo drill or like I should clarify. I'm going to do everything first in the air, and then I'm gonna use Simo Jean to help me out with what it would look like with a partner. But most of the classes I've done, like we've started with like the forms training and the warm-up drills first, and then we've gotten into trapping almost as an afterthought. And I realize I created the schedule, but the 45 minutes goes by very quickly. So for these last few weeks, I wanted to flip it, start with the trapping, and then we'll work on the form and all that stuff at the end. Okay, so for all of these drills, and we're gonna start in what Sifu Francis Fong would call the drills section of the yellow belt or yellow sash requirements. The drills are going to be in our formal Yiji Koyama type stance. So, bend your knees a little bit, feet together, open your toes, and open your heels. You're a little bit pigeon-toed. You have to rest back a little bit so you feel it in your thighs. And remember, this is the Wing Chun equivalent of the horse stance. Nobody's going to fight in that posture, just like nobody's going to fight in a horse stance in karate. It's a training posture, okay? So the drills section, all of these are in this mother stance or main stance, Yiji Koyama, this formal training posture, all right? And this is the posture we're going to be in again when we go back to Silam Tao at the end of class, all right? So if you're by yourself, which it looks like you all are, and it's fine, our very first drill, let me actually go in order. Give me 1 second, everybody. Here we go. Our very first drill, okay, is going to be Lop Sao Bong Sao. So this is a hard one if you're by yourself, but I will do my very best. If you left Bong Sao, tying up hand, and your right hand can come in and Tan Sao. If you're by yourself, when you roll this, you're going to lop and then come in with your strike. In the very next second, your partner would be rolling you back to that posture. So offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. If that starts to feel okay, Bong Sao with your right, Tan Sao with your left, and switch it. I'm trying to help everybody as much as I can, and more people are telling me they're watching these on their own or they're solo in their training environment. So I'm trying to as best as I possibly can, give you some options for working on this by yourselves, okay? And I had a Wing Chun dummy in Southern California. Since I've been in New York City, I haven't had one or really had access to one. If I had one, I'd be working on it. But that, and you want to stay, no matter which side you're doing, you want to stay attached. Okay, so I'll bring Jean in. When you have a partner, it's going to be the same thing. And remember, I mean, I know I'm talking to all advanced martial artists here, and that's a reality. I'm not pandering. All of your instincts about pivoting and body rotation, ignore them right now. Okay, this is cultivation of like high level center line domination. So she punches. Oh, good. All right. And here's my defense. And then I would roll this and come in. Okay. And again, Jean has a lot of movement background. She just doesn't necessarily train this material with me. I'm still very grateful to have her to help me out. Okay, so she would be doing, take her ring and her watch off. She would be doing the converse, right? So whichever one, I'll make a fist. On this beat, when she's offensive, I'm defensive. In the very next motion, she would be defensive and I would be offensive. And then she would rotate it again and punch over. And as much as possible, we're trying to stay attached, however awkward that might be. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so that's the first drill. All right, it's Lop Sao Bong Sao is the first drill. All right, and everybody looks good. I mean, working it on your own, that looks excellent. If you can at some point, even if it's going to take a few months, work on that with a partner, that is excellent as well. Okay, so next one. Let's make sure we're in our stance, because remember where we're at right now. We're in drills, the drills section. The drills are supposed to be experienced in this traditional training posture, and they're supposed to be experienced without the option to rotate, to overcompensate by rotation, right? It's center line domination, and the visual that I like to give you, like I don't want to damage my screen. If this is your sternum, I don't want to break my screen here, but if we were standing, you and I were actually physically training together, we could take a stick, put it on our sternum, walk in until just our sternum is holding the stick there, and then work these drills. Because any rotation is going to cause that stick to drop, and that's what we're trying to avoid. We have no, even that, right, in this context, what we're doing right now is too much right now. So again, fight those instincts, because I have all experienced martial artists here. We're doing something different for centerline domination and attribute refinement in this section. Okay, so get in your stance, juts out. It's that little drop. Okay, it means jerking hand. That's the usual translation that's given. My only beef with that, jerking, like when we think jerky or the connotations of that are kind of the antithesis of what we're really doing here. This, like especially this motion in Dan Chi Sao, one-handed Chi Sao, this motion is so refined, and it's the opposite of a jerky kind of haphazard type motion. Okay, so I'll bring Jean back in a second. The feeder's job would be to be, doing these battle punches that we've been working on. We're skipping to the point where we're supposed to have these. Once again, there's no rotation. There's no pivoting. Everything that I might say if I'm teaching Western boxing, like in Jeet Kune Do, goes out the window. Because we're not generating power. This is about form. And in focusing on form, dominating center line, that might actually be a really good idea. Yeah, so let's do that first, since you're all by yourself. I don't know why I haven't been doing it in this class. I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep feeding you the way that you should be fed, right down center line, because we're both training. I could take an outside observer if you were doing the Jutsu and I was feeding the battle punches, and trick question, ask them who's training. Most people are going to say that you are training, the person doing the Jutsu. Okay, we're both training. Your training of the Jutsu does not come at the expense of my working my perfect battle punches. Okay, nice. Relax for 1 second. So this would be wrong. This is what I get a lot of the time. Don't react to this. This is what I get a lot of the time. Okay, that's not it. It's, again, the best visual that I have at this point is like a bicycle chain, right? It's, you have that gear and it's in line with whatever the relative width of that chain, and it spins in that little, and I don't know anything about bicycles, it's been a long time. Whatever that little compartment is that has the gear and houses the chain, right? Your battle punches are the same thing. On center line. All of this is about owning and dominating center line. Okay, so I'm gonna, everybody, let's do this. Everybody check your stance, maybe reset your stance. I'm gonna feed you battle punches towards the camera, and I want you to actually read which side I'm giving you and keep up with your Jutsu. Okay, so here we go. I'll go nice and slow. And I have a little bit of lag, but pretend that we were actually training. And as I'm giving you this, you're deflecting that on the outside with the appropriate side Jutsu, right? So let me bring Jean in, okay? So if Jean gives me, just give me those chain punches over there, just a little slower. So I'm looking for this, everybody. This is all I'm looking to do, right? She's still training because she's throwing those, freeze, she's throwing those on center line, like sort of thinking about my sternum or maybe my T-zone. Everybody know, like my eyes and my nose, we call that the T-zone. That's another good, if you like to hit towards the face, that's another good marker, right? Whatever she's throwing, that's her focus. This is how I would use my Jutsu freeze to nullify that. Now, we're both on center line. I'm not going to push her past center line. There would be a consequence for that, okay? I'm also not, throw your left punch. Like, I'm not overdoing it. That's what I was saying. I don't like this translation, jerking hand. There's nothing jerky. It's super smooth when you're really installing it. Like in Filipino martial arts, we call this energy a merge. This is more what you're doing with it. Not to get too esoteric on you. Okay, so time, thank you. Okay, beautiful. So you know what it looks like if you have a partner. So now, because the situation is the situation, I'm your partner and I'm feeding you through the screen. So when this punch goes, this is your right Jutsu, your left Jutsu, and so on. So it's not as good. I wish we were all together, believe me. I would like nothing more to actually physically be all together working on this, but this is what we have right now. So if I'm your feeder, work your Jutsu over the screen. Focus on your form. Are you right on center line? Are you controlled? And this is really the energy that I like to start people off with. It's not combative. It's just not. And I have plenty of things in my repertoire that are very combative. So don't worry about all that right now. It's more of a two-person form where we want everybody to focus on perfect form. for attribute refinement, and then later center line domination time. Beautiful job. Yeah, that was great. Okay, so now your tonsao. Okay, so we're in our stance. Your tonsao, it's gonna go inside. Because if we do it outside, it's more like the Jopsao, which we're going to do anyways, okay? When you ton means showing hand. The only tension is in your thumbs, okay? And these fingers should be relaxed, and you've probably heard me say it before. My mother has the same thing. We have this weird genetic thing where sometimes our pinkies at rest are bent. But the only tension is in my thumb. But where you really want to be is you want to be focusing on your elbow anyways. So if everybody extend your left tonsao. Take your right hand and do the hang loose, the surfer sign with it. Touch your navel with your thumb. Move your elbow in until your elbow makes contact with your pinky. That's really where you want to be. And if you ever do this with Sifu Fong, you know, he'll joke, "What's your name?" And the trick is to say, it's a trick question. People will say Tonsao, and he'll say, "No, your name is elbow." Because if you're fixated on this, you're missing the real power of this position, which is the proper elbow placement, okay? So with a partner, I think this is a good progression, because now we show it to you, and then we found a somewhat tolerable way to work it over the technology. So it's your same feed, nice and slow, you're feeding, good. Continue, that's it. So I'm gonna cut, freeze, inside. She's training really well right now. She's giving me this vertical punch on center line. She's not sacrificing her structure for my ego, right? She's not doing this, right? So that I can get my tonsao where it's supposed to be. We're both training. And the energy is more like a two-person form. Not really a block. It's a merge. Time, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing, everybody. I'm gonna start with this hand, and again, I wish I were there with you physically so we could feel the energy, but I'm gonna feed you through the screen. I'll keep a nice slow pace, and let's see those tonsals. Check your posture, make sure you're in that traditional posture, and here we go. Nice. Good. Time, beautiful, really nice. Okay, and this is my expression, but it seems to work for most people. Everybody wants their tonsao to do something. They want their tonsao to clear. They want their tonsao to block. They want their tonsao to deflect. The only purpose of that posture is to be. Again, without getting too esoteric on you, okay? To be is the only verb that the tonsao can use. It doesn't deflect, it doesn't wipe, it doesn't clear. The tonsao, it can only be. That's the only verb that you can use. Okay, really nice. That was really good. Okay, so now we get into Jopsao. So Jopsao, when you all do have access to a partner again, really important not to abuse your partner with Jopsao. Like, we want to condition our arms up a bit, but we don't want to abuse our partner. So Jopsao, is here. Notice if we're fixated on center line, notice it's not that, right? I'll do some bad chop sows, right? Now I'm rotating. Oh, no way. I stay in my posture and I cut. Jop sounds a lot like chop. So it's an easy way to remember this hand and what it does. And let me just share, if you're an overzealous partner and you don't have the training relationship and you're doing jop sow first, when it's your turn to feed, life is pretty terrible. So don't abuse your partner. So if I bring Jean in again, the feed is the same, right? We're both in our posture, and without your same feed, that's it. Without, I mean, I don't want to hurt my wife. She's not made out of glass. I also know sometimes I have the inability to do some of this material slowly. Okay, so you could see the potential if I was one of those people that was just like, freeze. No, the purpose of her arm's existence is so that I can train Wing Chun. No, that's no good. I want to cut this, freeze. We're both on center line. She fed on center line, and I cut slightly in to center line. And again, it's only if I'm too overzealous, thank you, that I'm injuring my partner. But you can see the potential. Well, if you just wanted to not pay a lot of attention. And sometimes everybody, it doesn't matter how well conditioned your arms are. I don't want to like tell tall tales. Like whenever Sifu does chops out of you, it's just the worst thing. You could have been doing 3 months of hours of dummy work and it just cuts. All right. But that's the energy. I know that's very simple, but as you're working this on your own, be very cognizant of not, that's too much. I pivoted, and if I take that pivot out, even that, well, now you're trying to have your chops out do something, and all it can do is chop. All it can do is be. All right. If everybody is getting what they need out of this drill, because remember, let's say you had a partner there, when it's your turn to be this person, you're still training. You're getting hundreds and then thousands and then tens of thousands of reps of those chain punches or battle punches. Okay, Hun Sao, let's make sure, check our posture. And if we're being honest, it's got a slight drop into this Hun. Okay, and where we really want to be is not flaring our elbows. Cut, scoop, cut, scoop, cut, scoop. It might not be the most macho motion, but let's not concern ourselves with all that. So again, it's got a slight chop sow energy because you have to cut. You can't just, for example, if this is the line of the punch, right? I can't just try to intercept that, and if I'm not fast enough, the consequence is the punch comes in, right? Hopefully that makes sense. I have to cut it and then scoop, right? There's got to be a little cut, and it's very much that cut is a chop sow into the Hun Sao, the circling hand. Okay, so if I bring Jean in again, it looks the same in terms of setup and logistics. It's here. Chop Hun, chop Hun. But not this, right? Because that's throws her off base, that destroys my structure. Sorry, cut, scoop, cut, scoop, cut, scoop, cut, scoop. So hopefully everybody understood what I meant about the jop sao as a necessity. Throw your left punch in slow motion. Like if I'm, and even to do that, I had to kind of flare my elbow, throw your right punch. If I'm risking my face, that I'm going to have perfect timing and catch that on the scoop, I don't like that. What I really want to do is cut, take the jop sao and cut that line and then scoop it. And see, that allows me to do it and stay relaxed. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to feed towards the screen. Everybody check your posture. I know this part's a little tedious. It is what it is. We're almost to the trapping part. The trapping part you can just express in a lead, okay? So I'm feeding you, and I'll feed a little slower. Your job, jop, hoon, little cut. Okay, this hand is coming first. Ready? Nice. Time. Beautiful job. Really nice. Excellent. Okay. And in the curriculum to this day, jop sao is above hoon sao. It is technically, it's a focus on the hoon sao when you get to that bullet point, but just remember jop in, right? Jop first, even though the focus is on that hoon sao. Okay, very nice, gentlemen. Pak sao is the last one. Again, check your posture. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're pigeon-toed, leaning back a little bit. You might be feeling it in your thighs, in your glutes a little bit. Okay, pak sao, I'm just going to be honest. In this modality, it is super important, but it might be a little anticlimactic. But it doesn't mean it's not important. Slapping hand, but not overextending, not pivoting, not sacrificing my posture. When we're in the drill modality, I'm going to do this, okay? We have this linen cabinet over here. When we're in the drill modality, imagine this is another person, and imagine again we have a stick between our sternums, and we're doing whatever drill we're doing. If we rotate at all, that stick is going to fall. So there can be no rotation. The goal is to refine your domination of center line and your sensitivity to such a state that you don't need that rotation. Okay, it's like doing, I know I'm doing a lot of FMA analogies. It's like doing Carenza or doing some of your Seguidas with one of these. Okay, if I'm working, I'll just use this for a second. I know we're in Wing Chun. If I'm doing my Lameko, the Lameko stuff that we've been working on in class with one of these, when I get my fighting stick in my hand, my fighting stick feels like a toothpick. Well, here, the art is sort of stripping away your ability to pivot, to bob and weave. All you have is the refined hands of Wing Chun to dominate center line to protect yourself. And again, we're not like coming in and boxing gloves and like trying to take each other out right now, okay? Although we will talk about Wing Chun gates before we run out of time. So, Pak sao with a partner. This is maybe one of the simplest ones, but it's the last one in the curriculum. is just here. Okay, freeze. So she's still training. She's working on her perfect chain punches. I'm not going over. There would be a consequence for that. I'm not stopping early. There's no way I could do that because she's not feeding like this. She's feeding properly, trying to own center line. So I have to cut this line. Okay, so thank you. All right, so that's your Paksao in the drill modality. So again, it's not as good. I wish we were all together. I'm gonna probably keep saying that as the weeks go by until we're all together. But do it with me feeding you. My left hand's coming in. We'll keep a nice pace. Just Pak. Just imagine merging high on my forearms, not at my wrist. Not pushing past center line, right? I'll explain that in a second. We're both training. This just doesn't require me to give you bad energy for you to pull the technique off. I get to work proper chain punches. You get to work your Paksao, okay? Right? So if at any point you overextended, well, that's going to result in a lopsao. So keep that very refined. The bong, let's review all this real quickly. This first one, I don't know that this format makes a lot of sense. So left bong, right ton, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. Change sides, take your right bong sao, and I'm sorry, your left ton sao, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. And for all of that, gentlemen, this is kind of a hard point to work over the computer. Keep your thumb out of it. You do not need your thumb to lop. Sorry, Gene, come back real fast, okay? You do not need your thumb to lop. So here's my ton. See what I'm talking about? Actually change size, okay? Punch me again here. Okay, here's my ton. This comes up and over. I'll move this out of your way. Thumb stays on top. Thumb does not commit. When your thumb is laid in place, you are committed. All right, thank you. Where again, you may have heard this already. Professor Roy Harris, there's arguments whether he's in the Dirty Dozen or not. If he's not, then he just missed it. He's maybe the 13th or the 14th person to get a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in the United States. Why am I bringing him up? When he teaches the Kimura, you thread your hands, you lock your hands in place without your thumbs. It's only until you know you're going to be submitting the person that you slide your thumbs in place. That's always really stood out for me as a super important detail. So all the trapping that I teach you, you do not need your thumb to lop. That's really important. Okay. So a quick review for you. You're going to have jut. That's your jut. Juts out. You're going to have ton. You're going to jut, ton, jop. Okay, you're going to have jop. You're going to have hunsao, which again, you can do a little jop sao into position. And you're going to have pak. As simple and basic as that is. Basic doesn't mean bad. Simple doesn't break. Okay, so I'm going to feed you. We're starting with Jop Sao. Okay, Jop Sao. No, Jop Sao is this one. Remember? Here we go. Jop. I'm so sorry. I said Jop. Please excuse me. Jut. Jut. Sorry. Some of your faces. Sorry about that. I know. Bad instructor. Please excuse me. Juts out. Please excuse me. Juts out. Here we go. All right. Juts out. Pardon me. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Ready. Jut. There we go. Jut. And you guys are so cool. I called the wrong thing and you started doing the thing that I called. That's how good you are. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Go to Tan Sao. Ready? Tan Sao. A little slower. Go inside. Think about going inside, cutting that line. Inside. Nice job. All right, now go to Jop. Please excuse me before. Here we go. Jop Sao. Maybe you're imagining doing Jop Sao a little harder because I called it wrong. Sorry about that. It's okay. Nice. All right. All right, and then you're gonna Hun Sao. Ready, go. Slower on this for you. There's 2 motions. Nice. Keep those elbows down. Don't let those elbows flare when you scoot. Nice job. And then you're going to go with your Pak Sao. Here we go. Time. Excellent work. Good job. Okay. Let's go over Silam Tao. Yes, we've been working on this. This is really easy to say, so I want to say this in a non-hypocritical way. If you can, in between classes, try to review. If you can, in between classes, try to watch the recordings, especially if you're trying to memorize Silam Tao. But if that being said, it's a crazy time. So if you are unable to do that, don't get too down on yourself. We will get it. But if you can, a review is always good. All right, feet together, hands at your side. The hands come up. They load at your side. Don't touch your ribs. This is wrong. I'm touching. There should be a little bit of space. Bend your knees, open your toes, and open your heels. So we're in our Yuji Koyama posture. Left hand's on top. Bring it up so your right hand's in front and bring them back. Left chung choi loads, but knuckles start towards the floor until we execute. Tan Sao, Hun Sao till your palm is out. The visualization that I was always given here is imagine your fingers are grasping cloth as that comes in. I'm so sorry. And then bad instructor. Jeez, I'm just 0 for 5 today. Sorry, or 0 for 2. Let's go back together. My apologies. Let's rep that again. Hands up. Don't touch your ribs. Bend your knees. Open your toes. Open your heels. Left hand's on top. Right hand's in front. Left hand loads. Knuckles to the ground. Execute. Tan. Palm out. As that comes in, the right loads up. And that finishes. As the right comes in, the left goes out. 1 Hun Sao. This starts coming in. It drops into Fuk Sao. And it gets pushed back out into a Wu Sao. 2, 3. Focus on your elbow. Pak Sao. Bring it back. Jit Jern. Tan. Hun. Sao Kun. Bring it in. Right hand's going to repeat that. 1 big old definitive Hun Sao. Fuk to Wu. Remember, there's a ribbon of energy in your navel that's pulling this and pushing it out. That's the visualization. Just do the visualization, okay? You don't need to believe in chi or ki or any of that. We do 3 Fuxiaos, Pak, Jikjern, Tan, Hun, Sao Kun. Session 2, left hand, right hand, both hands in front of you. Lan Sao, left hand's on top, open, Sut Sao, right hand's on top when you bring it back. Palms face each other, double palm up, push down with the heels of your hands slightly into the eyes, push down lower, bring those hands back up. Session 2 is done. Okay, session 3, multiple strikes with the same hand. Pak, bring it back, and then Wanjern. Circle that, done. Repeat that, 2, 3. Left hand, Tan, Gan, Tan, Hun, low Wanjern, back up to Tan, that hand's done. Or high, low, high, circle it, low palm strike, back up to start, bring it in, done. Bong, Tan, Wanjern, finish. Tying up hand, showing hand, palm strike with the fingers down, scoop. Left hand palm down, right hand wipes it. Switch, switch. Right hand holds this center line. Left chain punch, right chain punch, left chain punch as the right hand comes back. Tan Sao, Hun Sao, Sao Kun. You turn slightly to your left as the right foot meets the left and push your hands down. Okay? All right, let's do it one more time with less teaching. Okay? The opening. Hands come up, don't touch your ribs, bend, toes, heels. Left's on top, right's in front. Bring it back, don't touch your ribs. Load the left, punch. Load the right as that comes in, punch. Tan, 1 big Hun Sao. Fuk, 1, 2, 3, Pak, Jikjern, done. Repeat that. If your mind wanders, 2, 3, oh, I do 4. No big deal. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left's on top. 6. Right's on top. I lost my count, but it's all right. Just follow me. Good. Session 3. 1, 2, 3. Right hand. 1, 2, 3. High, low, high, circle, into the palm strike, back to high. Tan, Gan, Tan, Hun, low Wanjern, Tan, finish. Bong, Tan, Wanjern. Tying up hand, showing hand, palm strike. Left hand, right hand wipes it. Switch, switch, hold the line with the right. 1, 2, left hand stays out, right hand goes back. Circle, right foot meets the left. Very nice. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Okay. All right. The only commercial part of my broadcast here, gentlemen, I'm going to put it in the chat. If you'd like any, oops, did that go out? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me do it again. That went privately. I had a private message. There we go. That StoopsOMALC.com, like online martial arts learning community, will give you some options if you'd like to formalize things and earn rank with me. There is no pressure ever, but I do want to start getting that URL in some of these YouTube videos as well. Gentlemen, let's bow this out. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. Thank you for joining me. All right, I'm going to end this recording.